Hi, I'm Haaris, and I'm running to be the part-time officer to represent students with faith or belief. So personally, as a student of faith, my experiences of practicing my beliefs have included finding accessible places to prayer, especially as a student who has disability, finding food outlets that are compatible with my dietary requirements, and feeling comfortable engaging with the student experience while still practicing my beliefs. Now, unfortunately, I've only ever experienced one instance of verbal assault at socials due to my beliefs, and as well I have to deal with a day-to-day pressure to defend my beliefs on social media and to my fellow students. But in terms of more day-to-day average difficulties I face, they include finding accessible places to perform ablutions and prayer, and being able to engage with society socials, which is comfortable to the way that I like to live my life out. So in terms of dietary requirements, Eat Essential and Domino's To Go both stock halal options. So the problem isn't so much an issue there, but it would be nice to see Subway, which is known in other outlets to stock halal food, to also do so in Union. However, I will, of course, investigate other dietary requirements that other students of different beliefs hold, and see how they can be catered by the SU, which also would include vegans. I will also see what can be done to improve the options at other Eat and Newcastle outlets that aren't SU based. In terms of accessible prayer and ablutions, I will collect feedback from different faith groups to see what they need for their students, and then action that with the SU and university as to what resources are available to improve the facilities. In terms of socials, I will encourage all societies and clubs to recognise that there are members that don't necessarily enjoy drinking socials, and attempt to cater to them by holding more non-drinking socials, but of course not at the expense of drinking socials, as the change that I hope to be made should be an inclusive one that doesn't impact on the expense of students that do like to engage in drinking socials. Despite being a student of faith myself, it is important to me that the faith or belief officer should put the interests of the students that they're representing first, and in order to ensure this, I'll use my own experiences only as a base of being able to relate to issues, but when issues are brought forward to me by students, I will address them objectively without any interference from my own personal beliefs. I've deliberately refrained in my campaign referring to my own religious affiliation as much as I can, in order to show that I'm not campaigning to a particular faith group, but as many varying faith and beliefs as I can. So I've already made efforts to ensure that I'm aware of problems affecting students of other faith and belief groups by emailing and reaching out to presidents of all the faith and belief societies, and asking what they would like me to do to represent students of their faith. This dialogue is one that I hope to keep open for my campaign and should I be elected throughout my tenancy as a faith or belief officer. I'll also send out frequent feedback forms and outreach to schools and other societies in order to make sure that I'm always kept abreast of problems that are facing students of faith or belief. This will be in addition to, of course, convening the Faith and Belief Forum, which will also be insight into the issues facing the wide variety of beliefs. I personally hold the crux of my campaign to foster a culture of interfaith discussion. It's been a long-held belief of mine that religious and belief-related intolerance, prejudice and conflict is a result of ignorance to people's beliefs. To that end, I believe a simple understanding of the reasons behind different beliefs, whilst not necessarily having to agree with them, is an important way to combat this. The most important thing after fostering a interfaith cooperation is to address issues that are causing detriment to the student life of those of faith and belief, and then campaigning to the SU and the university to make changes to accommodate these. As an active member of the SU organisation, I'm well placed to directly seek out the individuals that are related to the issues at hand, as in my time over the last 2 years of being an active member of the SU, I have built up working relations with many members of staff here, so I always know who to go to directly get help with separate issues. So at the moment, faith societies are already doing a fantastic job hosting annual interfaith forums. Should I be elected, I will ensure this continues in a way which is inclusive, and I will offer all support that my position allows me to make sure that faith societies have an easier job hosting their annual interfaith forum. I'll also make sure that I have regular meetings with all the faith society presidents to see how they can continue with interfaith cooperation throughout the year. I also heard tell of plans to create an interfaith area for the union, such that, as at the moment, the case being that certain societies are hosted in the chaplaincy or in a mosque or other areas, but there is not yet an area that is universal to students of any belief, that they can come together and share their experiences despite having varying beliefs. And I feel that's an important way to foster interfaith cooperation, interfaith dialogue. So that will be something I'll be chasing up and seeing what has been done already to create that area and seeing what I can do to push that along.